Claudia.
Branford,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Dite voi quando siete pronti?
Io sono
We
pronto?
promise
sei
we'll
da
be
cá?
quick.
Io sto a 5-6 Anto.
Don't like it.
Vabbè.
Il massimo
Not
possiamo.
at 12 o'clock at night after a concert, no. But it's okay.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
do
you
it.
for your meeting. So, ci siete? Waiting for
Yeah, no
just
problem.
for the
Vai.
So, first one. You're a gentleman, but you attend TV studios like Jay Leno, film set as an actor, and scores writer, symphonic stages, classrooms. At this point of your career, which role you feel more comfortable in?
I guess play jazz, because that's what I do the most.
With jazz?
Yeah, that's what I do all the time. The television, I don't do that anymore, but it was fun. I had fun.
Do you think it's a good way to reach more people to know?
No, not really, because people who watch TV, especially at late at night, they tend to be people who watch TV. They don't go out to concerts. They watch TV. You know, so when we're playing a concert at 8 o'clock at night, the people who watch at 11:30 at night, they're already home at 8 o'clock watching TV. So for a little while, after I left Jay's show, they would show up, but it was more, they were just so nice to see the guy who I used to watch on television. It's not like, oh, I love music. It's a different audience.
Okay, okay. Have you ever thought that growing up in a family like yours could be not just an advantage, but sometimes a disadvantage?
No, it was always an advantage for me. My brothers and I, we fought a lot, we argued a lot. And that was great. I mean, it was good. My father used to, he wanted to know how we thought. He was always challenging us to think and to defend our arguments. And that was very, very good for us. I think the most important thing about music is just we grew up in a city that is full of music. So when I was playing in the youth orchestra at 7 years old, nobody said, oh, you can't play in the orchestra, you must play jazz. I was like, that's great. And then when I played jazz, my orchestral conductors, Mr. Demborian, said, oh, that's great. And then when I played R&B, all the guys said, oh, that's great. It was never, oh, you must do this one thing. So I never thought about doing one thing. I just kept doing everything. I was in theater class, I acted in high school. Everybody said, that's great. So it was great to grow up in a city like that.
Well, you're BranfordMarsalis.
Well, yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Not back then. Back then, there was no such thing. I was Ellis Marsalis' son. It was different back then. You know, I was just a kid, and it was a very supportive city, and it still is for all the other young people. Like right now, there's a guy named Trombone Shorty who's playing all over the world, and I remember him when he was 7 years old, playing trumpet, and we still called him. But he also played trombones. We called him Trombone Shorty, and now he's playing everywhere. And we're very proud of him. No one says, oh, you shouldn't be playing that, you must play jazz. He can play jazz, and when he retires from what he's doing now, he'll play jazz.
That's great. In my opinion, okay, as I'm even a fan, so your style is incredibly passionate. I mean, many popular songs, for example, by Sting, but even thinking to, don't know, maybe Another Day by your group. And
oh, yeah.
Would it be the same and as beautiful as they are without your contribution, without your saxophone contribution? As you affect the melodic line so much. So, but you have a unique technique as well. So if you had to, what would you choose between technique and passion in your way of doing music? Which one is undeniable? And since you have both of them, of course, how do you find the right compromise?
I never really think about technique unless it's necessary. And if you're playing with Buckshot LaFunk, or you're playing with Sting, or you're playing with Bruce Hornsby or Springsteen or Grateful Dead or whoever it is, technique is not necessary there. You have to find the right notes that make the song go to the next level. I mean, a perfect example is a guy like Clarence Clemens, who played with Bruce Springsteen. I mean, he didn't play the saxophone very well, but everything that he played was perfect for the song. You know, and that's the thing that's really important. The most important thing is not how well you play the instrument in that moment, but how well you play the song. So I never really think about technique.
that's a part of the next question. As you have a long and eclectic career, mainly focused on jazz, of course, since your collaboration with Herbie Hancock and the Jazz Messenger, of course, then anybody can avoid to think of your collaboration with Sting, starting from The Dream of Blue Tartars, just the beginning of him as well. There are other rock stars whose songs you think your saxophone could perfectly fit, or you simply would like to collaborate in the future.
Well, like the thing with Sting wasn't really a collaboration. You know, it's not. I didn't tell Sting, oh no, don't use those words, use these words. Oh no, don't use that chord. I just had a job to do. He hired me to play a saxophone, so it wasn't really a collaboration, and that's fine with me. He knows what he wants. Modern pop songs don't really use saxophones anymore. It doesn't really happen. It's more electronic music now, and a little guitar, a lot of keyboards, a lot of drum machines, and they're all 30 years younger than me, so I think they don't even know who I am, and that's fine. But I don't think that the modern pop tune saxophone really works that well.
Okay. Do you ever think what you could have been today, not being a musician? Do you have any other strong passion as astrophysics? I don't know.
Well, no, I thought about being a lawyer for a while. I thought about being a politician for a while. I thought about being an actor for a while. And I worked for a law firm when I was in high school. And I won an essay contest about serving in government and got a trip to Washington, D.C. to sit in Congress for a week. And I was in plays when I was in high school. I thought about acting, but music is the best place for me.
Okay, just the very last one. Which is your perfect, we are asking all our guests, which is your perfect place, perfect venue of inspiration?
Well, whenever I'm playing with these guys, every place is the perfect place. But Ravello is absolutely beautiful. I was here once before playing a symphonic concert with the Wuppertal Orchestra, and that was more difficult for me because I had to play in the front, and I kept wanting to walk to the back and look into the Mediterranean. And tonight I could do that. Joey was playing a great solo. I just walk to the back and I look out, and so it's a beautiful venue. So
the hot weather was not so big.
I'm from New Orleans. This isn't hot.
Okay.
Yesterday was hot. Tonight was great. But where I'm from, it's 39 degrees every day in the summertime. At night, it's 39 degrees. So this is fine.
Thank you so very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're dead.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Where are you going?